Hello student, let's start a new chapter of your science NCERT book, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. Let us see what are the various topics we have to discuss in this chapter, that is synthetic fibers and plastics. One by one we will discuss. Firstly, we will go through the introduction of this synthetic fibers and plastics. Then we will go through that what is actually synthetic fibers, types of synthetic fibers, various characteristics of synthetic fibers, whether they are beneficial for us or they are harmful to us, and if they are beneficial, then how we can use these synthetic fibers in our day to day life. These all things will be discussed in the characteristics of synthetic fibers. Then plastic, as the name of the chapter is synthetic fibers and plastics, so firstly deeply we will understand synthetic fibers, then we will go through plastics. Applications means, I have already told that application means uses of plastics. Then characteristics, like the characteristics of synthetic fibers, we will also discuss the characteristics of plastics. And then plastics and environment, how much plastic is beneficial for the environment. If we are in habit of throwing plastics after we stop using it, what is the disadvantage or what harm does it provide to us or in our day to day life, each and everything will be discussed. So if you will go through to read this chapter one by one, line by line, you will find the meaning of each and every term. Let us understand it with the help of this short slides, that is synthetic fiber. Okay. Firstly, we should know that fibers are actually of two types. Fibers in itself are of two types. Fiber is just thread like structure, like cell you all study about. It is just a thread like thing, something very small, tiny, and that is also of two types, that is sometime it is naturally available and sometime it is artificially or it is available with the help of man. So those are called man made fibers and natural fibers. Natural fibers are generally obtained from where they are obtained. The natural fibers are generally obtained from plants and animals, but synthetic fibers, they are as the man-made fibers. They are also known as man-made fiber. They are all artificial fibers. They are made by human beings. It is written here, the fibers by human beings in laboratory by using chemicals are called synthetic fibers or man-made fibers. Fibers are actually, I have told that it is a thread like something substance. As you can find out here in the background picture, wool, thread, yeah, whatever clothes we used to wear, it is made up of thread. We have to know about in this chapter that what is all about that thread. If the cloth is made up of thread, if the sweater we are wearing is made up of wool, from where that wool comes. If your mothers, your teachers are wearing sari, if it is of silk fabric, now you just in general language you used to speak, it is not good, means its fabric is not good, its fabric is not means proper, or we say that it is not suitable for us. What is that fabric? This fabric is only made from the word fibers, and fiber is something that is thread like structure, substance. So if we will go through sari, they are made up of silk, what all about is silk, whether it is man made, it is cheap in price, or whatever, that is to be discussed in this chapter. So what you have known about synthetic fibers, they are also known as man made fibers, or they are said to be artificial fibers. Fibers that are made by human in laboratory by using chemicals are called synthetic fibers, means they are not natural. Like plastic itself is not natural, it is made of. You all might be thinking that what is this bracelet type, or you can say beads are used in this bracelet type something, or जिसको हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं, what we call it in Hindi, माला. What is this picture showing, or what this picture is actually expressing? So it is just expressing that if you go through this one bead, it itself is behaving as what we call it monomer. Single means single is known as monomer. If mono means single, and if they are attached in combination back to back again and again, repetition of monomers is there, then we say it polymers. So this is the thing that is showing that fibers are not only made up of single thing, they are actually made by many of the small beads, small particle type things that are in combination said to be polymers. Now let us find what, on the basis of this combination only, these synthetic fibers are divided into various types. What are these types? Rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic. One by one we will go through that. These are also called the textiles. So these threads, pictures you can see, these all are actually fibers, but they have different characteristics. On the basis of their characteristics only, they have been categorized into 4 types, basic types, such as rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic. So you have to remember these names, that what are the various types of synthetic fibers. They are rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. One by one I will tell you about rayon, nylon, polyester, acrylic, and some comparison will also be done. Here is the first slide showing about rayon. It is also called artificial silk. Suppose you all might not be knowing that silk is very costly fabric, and if anyone want to wear silk clothes or silk fabric items, then that person can use rayon fabric, because it is nothing, it is the artificial silk. Since it is a part of synthetic fiber is an artificial fiber, or it is a man-made fiber. So rayon is the substitute of proper silk, means artificial silk, it is known as rayon. Where it is used, or from where it is obtained? It is obtained from natural source. It may be obtained from natural source, but some of its quality make it man-made fiber. It is prepared from wood pulp. You might have seen what are wood pulp. They are got from, means we are saying na, here it is written na, from natural. Wood is natural resource, means from tree, from plant, and I have told that those fibers which are obtained from plants and animals are natural fibers. So indirectly it is natural, but directly we used to say it man-made fiber, as it is obtained from wood pulp. That's why it might be said sometime that it is natural, but it is man-made fiber and it is also called artificial silk. Where it is used? It is used in carpet, clothes and bed sheets. What is this written? Bed sheets. Various types of bed sheets are made up of rayon fabric. You have to remember the uses also. Carpet, you all know, कालीन जिसको हम कहते हैं. Clothes, I told that if anyone want to wear silk sari, the pure silk is costly, so that at that time substitute of silk can be used, that is rayon. Now let's see what is the next, that is nylon. Nylon is also used for, it is used, first of all see this, it is a man-made fiber. As it is a part of synthetic fiber, it will be man-made fiber. It is made without using any natural raw material. Without using any natural raw material, like in the rayon, you have seen that it is made up of wood pulp, but which is a natural material, natural raw material. But in nylon, none of the things are used which are natural raw materials. It is prepared from coal, water, air. Nylon fiber is strong, elastic and light. You might have seen somewhat stretchable. That is actually nylon. That's why it is written strong, elastic. Elasticity means elastic. Rubber band, you have seen such type of fabric it is, where it is used for rock climbing. A nylon thread is actually stronger than a steel wire. You might have seen somewhere, because a steel wire may get react with the water when it will be used in open. So at that time we can prefer to nylon thread, because it is considered to be the stronger thread in comparison to the steel wire. It is luxurious, easy to wash, yes, very much easy. Don't need too much of maintenance. We use many articles made by such nylon, such as socks, ropes, means tents, socks. You have seen na, socks are made up of nylon. Ropes, रस्सियों की जगह, wherever we have to use long, strong, means strong type of rope, we can prefer to nylon. Then tent cloths are made up of nylon, means not this tent which we are using in the marriage functions or any celebration. Tents, whatever army, military, camp type tents. Toothbrushes, they have nylon, means those hair of toothbrushes. Car seat, belt and curtains, like many more. Examples you will have to remember, they are not too much tough that you could not learn those examples, but you have to keep in mind the difference between various types of synthetic fibers. Here is the next synthetic fiber, that is polyester. It is made from the fiber that is not easily wrinkled, means जल्दी ये सिकुड़ता नहीं है. Polycut is a mixture of polyester and cotton. Polywool is a mixture of polyester and wool. Actually, polyester is of also two types, that is polycut and polywool. If it is made from pure polyester and cotton, then it is said to be polycut, and if it is made from polyester and wool, then it is said to be polywool. One thing you have to remember, two things are written here, cotton and wool. If polyester plus cotton gives polycotton, polyester plus wool gives polywool, means this cotton and wool are actually natural resource. They are, cotton we can get from plant, and wool we get from animals. Again, you have to remember that natural resources are those resources which are obtained from plants and animals. Examples you can give: cotton and wool. So polyester, which is a synthetic, means man-made fiber, when it combines with cotton, which is a natural fiber, gives polycot. And when polyester, being a synthetic fiber, combines with natural fiber, that is wool, gives polywool. So question could come that what is polycot and what is polywool. So you have to remember that. What is polyester? So polyester remains crisp and is easy to wash. It is suitable for making dress materials. Generally, for making various types of dress materials, polyester is preferred. Polyesters, one type of polyester is here written. Terylene is a popular polyester. One name you should remember, that is terylene. It is a popular polyester. It can be dreamed into very fine fibers that can be woven like any yarn. PET is a very familiar form of polyester. What is PET here? You have to know. It is a very familiar form of polyester. It is used for making bottles and utensils. Somewhat plastic types, not pure plastic, but somewhat it looks like plastic, that is PET. Utensil, films, wires, and many other useful products. Next type of synthetic fiber is acrylic. We wear sweaters and use shawls or blankets in the winter. As winter season has started, we are using sweaters, shawls, blankets in this season. Many of these are actually not made from natural wool. Right now also, if you have wore any kind of sweater or you are under the blanket, you may be knowing that it is not made up of pure wool. It is actually a type of artificial, because if it would have been made with a pure wool, you would have not get it of the same cost you have purchased it. Means natural things always are costly. So the wool obtained from natural sources is quite expensive. Same thing is written here. And these are prepared from another type of synthetic, that is called acrylic. Means whatever blankets, shawls, sweaters we are using these days, they are not actually made up of natural wool. And if they are not made up of natural wool or not wool, then also if they are providing us somewhat high temperature or they are making us hot, means actually what type of fiber, what type of with the help of what fibers they have been made, what type of fabric these sweater shawls have. So this is acrylic. You have to remember the difference between each and every one. First of all, you have studied about rayon, then nylon, then you have studied about polyester, now it is acrylic. You have to remember the differences. Next are various characteristics of synthetic fibers. Why we use synthetic fibers, why we don't use natural fibers. First and very important is cheap. The one thing which we are getting in less price, we will generally prefer that only. So that is cheap. Durable means long life it has, easy to wash, and available in variety of colors also. The thing which is natural cannot be available in our market or in our surroundings in various types of colors. But by the advantages, these are actually advantages. These synthetic fibers also have disadvantages. What are those? Catches fiber. If they are very much cheap and durable, we have to aware that we don't have to wear rayon, nylon type clothes during cooking or during doing some type that type of things in which it can catch fire. Melts on heating means if little bit of heating will be there in the surrounding and you have wore such type of clothes which are made up of synthetic fibers, it would get melt. These are two disadvantages. Then it is plastic. Very natural thing. It is actually made up of polymer. I have told that in the example of that beads which were combined one after another, if they will be single, they will be called monomer. If they are arranged in such a manner that they are lined back to back in combination, at that time they are actually polymer. And plastic is a polymer like the synthetic fiber. Plastic means, as what I am explaining here or what I want to tell you is, if they are combined with many types of different beads, then it means that they are made with various types of different, means rayon, nylon, each and everything. Such is known as polymer, and that's why it is synthetic fiber. Plastic is also a polymer. Polymer is a type of synthetic fiber, or synthetic fibers are made with the help of polymers. So plastic is also a polymer. Plastic articles are available in all possible shapes. You have seen various types of plastic bowls, plastic cup, plastic bucket, and plastic mug, pen, many things, plastic pencil box, lunch box, even lots of things, plastic chair, each and everything you are seeing that they are of various types of shapes and various sizes. So plastic articles are available in all possible shape and sizes. Plastic can be recycled, reused, colored, melted, and used again and again. But if we don't want to use, and if we are melting it and leaving it in the surrounding, in the environment, then it is going to spoil the environment also and will create pollution. So we don't have to do. For that, I am telling you to remember 4 to 5 hours that you have to follow. What are those hours? I am telling you. Plastic which gets deformed easily on heating and can be bent easily are known as thermoplastic. What type of plastics are called thermoplastics? Which get deformed easily on heating and can be bent. Various types of, means if car or various automobiles have plastic body, or wherever there are some types of such plastics, we used to use what we generally use, thermoplastic, means by heating we bent it. At that time it is said to be thermoplastic. There are some plastics which when muddied once cannot be softened by heating. Some plastics are there, like you can find out it in winters, they get hard. What same thing is, they cannot be softened by heating. At that time heating cannot be used to soft them. That type of plastics are called thermosetting plastic. thermosetting plastic means if on heating we are able to bend that plastic, it will be thermoplastic, and if on heating we are not able to soft those plastic to give them various types of shapes, then they is said to be thermosetting plastics. So this was about plastic. We know that it is of various colors, so there is no color issue in the plastic. Next is characteristics. Like all the synthetic fibers, plastics also have various types of characteristics. Some positive aspects are lightweight, durable, low price, non-reactive. Non-reactive means you could understand all these points by yourself also, and for this, once it is needed for you to go through to read the chapter properly from NCERT line by line. Poor conductor of heat and electricity. This point you have to remember that plastics are poor conductor of heat and electricity. You have studied chemical effects of electricity. At that time you have understood about various types of poor conductor and means which are also known as bad conductor or insulator. So plastic is one of the poor conductor of heat as well as electricity too. Non-biodegradable, this is its negative aspect. And plastic pollution, once used it cannot be used again and again. First, how plastic pollution will be caused? By burning. I have told now that if you will burn it, if you are giving it some shape and using it in proper manner, then it will be called thermoplastic. But if you are just burning plastic, then it is actually creating the plastic pollution, and which gives out harmful gas. So takes several years to decompose. Throwing plastic into water bodies like in rivers, if we are throwing plastic things, it will take huge many years to decompose. For that we have to remember 5R principle. What is actually this 5R principle? It is, first one is reduce. Stop. That early means recently, means few days ago, few months ago only, it was told that polythene will be banned. It was actually to reduce pollution, that is written here reduction. Then reuse and refuse. Once first is reuse, use it again and again, and refuse whatever you are using, refuse it to yourself only. Recover, what is recover? Try to maintain it again and again. Then recycle, throw it in the dustbin only. In spite of throwing it in the open environment, try to throw it in the dustbin. What for 5R you have to remember? Reduce, reuse, refuse, recover and recycle. Very easy 5 words. On this principle only you have to revise these 5Rs, and you have to apply also in your day-to-day life. And applying in your life, you have to tell to your near and dear ones also that we should remember these 5Rs. With this explanation, I hope you all have understood about this topic. It is easy. Rest all the important things you will be provided with the help of notes. Thank you, students.